Kia ora. Rather a cloudy start today across many parts of New Zealand. You can see a thick layer of cloud out towards the Tasman Sea, pushing on towards that western coast. Another area of cloud out towards the east as well. We'll find some showers down across the eastern parts of Canterbury as we head through the rest of this afternoon. But there is plenty of dry weather coming up over the next day or two ahead of that next system coming in from the Tasman Sea. Now, overnight tonight, we'll find a bit of showery weather making its way up towards the North Island. So for the likes of, say, Wellington, we'll find it's a bit of a showery start today, first thing on Friday, and a bit more cloud around that eastern coast. But we are looking at drier, clearer skies back down towards the far southern parts of the country as we head through the night time. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we're still a bit down to around about 7s and 8s through parts of Canterbury and Otago, and even up towards those central parts of the North Island. Temperatures not far adrift either, 7 degrees Celsius for, like to say, Taupo and Rotorua as we head in towards the early hours of the morning on Friday. But for Friday itself, high pressure builds across the South Island, and for many of us there, a dry looking story. There will still be some showers to watch out for, mainly up in towards the ranges of Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. A bit more cloud around that eastern side of the North Island. You can see though, we've got a little bit more in the way of active weather waiting to come towards us just as we head through Friday, but more especially on in towards the weekend. So for the North Island, how are things looking? Well, if you're in towards the places like Auckland, it's not a bad looking day. Bit of patchy cloud around through the morning, but it should brighten up quite nicely. And I think many spots should find that's a similar story. Like I say, down towards Wellington, we might find a few showers around first thing. They should clear off and we'll be left with some brighter weather in time for the afternoon. We'll always keep more cloud though through this eastern side. Wairarapa, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, and a few showers up through the ranges there. We might find a few showers in the afternoon through this eastern side of the Bear Plenty, reaching in towards that far western side and perhaps over the border in towards Waikato in time for the evening. But further north, generally a drier, clearer story until the end of the day when this next area of cloud starts to return towards the likes of Northland. Now, in terms of our temperatures, many spots that should make it up to around about 19 or 20 degrees Celsius. Warmest places, though, up in towards the Bear Plenty, Rotorua and across in towards Hamilton. Highs here, 22 degrees Celsius, and nothing too cold overnight either. Down on the South Island, we will keep a bit more cloud around through parts of Canterbury and up in towards Kaikoura to start the day, and perhaps a few showers there. But we should find that cloud breaks up and clears away, leaving behind some drier and brighter weather for the afternoon. And I think we are going to find a bit of cloud bubbling up about the ranges of the South Island to leave perhaps an odd shower up through parts of the Southern Alps and perhaps some of those higher parts of, say, the Nelson Buller area and also across in towards Marlborough. But you can see for the afternoon on Friday, many spots are set to be dry. Warmest temperatures out on that western coast, 19 degrees Celsius through there. Down the south, highs back to around about 22 degrees Celsius for, say, Queenstown and Wanaka. But a little bit cooler, especially where we find that cloud more reluctant to clear away through parts of Canterbury, 15s and 16s for Kaikoura and Christchurch. Heading on in towards the weekend, well, things are going downhill. That next area of low pressure runs in towards us, brings some heavy rainfall towards that western coast of the South Island and some strengthening northwesterly winds. So not just for the likes of the western coast, but also through parts of inland Canterbury and also squeezing through Cook Strait towards the end of the day on Saturday. And by Sunday, that rain continues to move northwards, running up in towards the North Island as well. So some windier and wetter weather across the North Island for Sunday, especially around those central parts, places like, say, Taranaki Monga, the central high country, in towards the Taurua range, and across those hills and ranges of Marlborough and Nelson as well. So well worth keeping an eye on the forecast. Generally the dry weather down the far south. I think that looks like the best place to be this weekend, but it will be a little bit cooler for you as we head towards the second half of Sunday. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.